Hey there, everyone, and welcome back to the Disconnected. As somebody who runs a YouTube channel and all these social channels about physical media, I get asked quite a lot which 4K player I use. And unfortunately, I use an Oppo 203, which, if you've been in the industry or hobby for a while, you might know that that was discontinued. Oh gosh, back in late 2017 or early 2018, something like that. And now it's nearly impossible to find unless you're willing to pay way too much money for it, and it's not worth it. Do not go searching for one of those. Um, I love my player, but it's not worth what they go for in the secondary market right now. So I figured I would do a little guide video on what I currently suggest in the 4K market, and a couple things that I think you should keep in mind while looking for this. First thing, it is 2022. You should be 4K. Pretty much every TV that you buy nowadays is 4K. You should have a 4K player. Second, you should not be using a game console as your main 4K player. They work okay. They are never going to be great at 4K movies. They are never going to have the best picture quality. They are never going to have the best audio quality. They are not made for that. Your best bet is getting a standalone player. Third, it is 2022. You should be region free. If you're going to be a part of this hobby and you want to get the most bang for your buck, you should get a player that is region free. Now, I will not judge you to your face if you are not region free yet. I do understand if you are not. However, I may make fun of you behind your back. Keep in mind that a lot of these films that are out there are cheaper if you can get them from a region B market. And if you are stuck with a region locked region A player in the US, there is so much that you are just not able to watch. I mean, I go to this example a lot, but Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3 is out of print from Scream Factory, and they go for way too much money. They're not worth the like $80 that it takes to buy them on the secondhand market, especially when you can get them from 88 Films right now for like 12 pounds. That's it. Less than 20 bucks shipped each. You can get them from Orbit. You can get them from 88 Films Direct. You can get them from Amazon UK. There are all kinds of places that you can get those. And if you are region locked, you can't watch them. Just those two titles, if you get them, it will almost make you your money back from going region free. So you may as well do it. At this point, it's 2022. You should be region free. I don't know what else to say here. So I do have 4 different tiers of players that I wanted to share with everybody. And the ones I'm going to be sharing, they are all the region-free models from 220 Electronics. I will link all of these below. I will also be linking their Amazon affiliate links for me if you want to, help out the channel. However, those ones will not be region-free. If you buy them from Amazon, they will still be region-locked. You have to go through 220 Electronics to get them region-free. There are other sites that you can buy region-free players from, but in my experience, 220 Electronics is the best for customer service, the best for warranties, and you'll see why on some of these in just a second. Like I said, 4 tiers. First one is going to be what I call fairly budget. Second is going to be like a mid-tier. Third tier is going to be like top of the line, what I recommend. And then there's a 4th tier, which is exorbitant. If you have a ton of money and you just want to throw it at the best possible player, that's what you can go for. But we're going to go from cheapest to most expensive. And if you have any questions about any of these, please go ahead and ask me in the comments below. I'm going to go through these fairly quickly, and I might gloss over a few things in advance, but wanted to share as much as I could as we look into them. So here is 220 Electronics. This first one that I'm recommending is the entry level, the budget, if you will. This is the Sony UBP X700. And this is a region-free 4K player. You can see this is an updated for 2021-2022 model year. This plays DVDs from all regions, plays Blu-rays from all regions. It has worldwide voltage, so you can buy some adapters if you need to, or if you were going to travel with it. It does support HDR10 and Dolby Vision, and it does have upscaling of non-4K discs to 4K quality. They will never be actual 4K quality, but some Blu-rays will look better in this for sure. Now, one thing that is on this is streaming media, including Netflix and YouTube, Amazon. They do allow for streaming 4K. However, I would suggest not using a 4K player as your streamer. I would suggest going for something like an Apple TV, and I will also link that in the description below if you haven't looked at that. Even if you are not locked into the Apple ecosystem, I do think it is the best standalone like streaming box that you can get. And I hardly recommend those all the time because it is the best user experience and has access to the most apps. So looking at this, with 220 electronics, there are a couple things to keep in mind. You are always guaranteed a free 6-foot gold HDMI cable. You get a free 1-year warranty for the player. And then on top of that, they do a lifetime warranty on the region-free aspect of the player. So it is guaranteed to work region-free forever. Now you'll see this area in bold here. They say this is their #1 recommended UHD 4K player in terms of durability, quality of sound and video, and ease of use. Now, I guarantee this is the most recommended because of the price primarily, but it does have a lot of what people are looking for. As far as audio, it's got Dolby Digital Plus, Dolby True HD, DTS HD, high-res audio. It's got a lot of them. And it does say plays practically any audio video file format. Now, one of the downsides I would say about this is that it is a very plastic device. It's not something that is going to feel like it has the highest level build quality. It is going to be something that feels a little cheap in the hand. And when you are getting an entry-level device, that makes sense. And that is one of the areas that they are able to save some money on. So that is my entry-level Sony UBP X700 recommendation, and to get it from 220 Electronics is $309 at the moment. All right, the next one I recommend is the Sony UBP X800, and like I said earlier, this is going to be what I call like my mid-tier recommendation. You'll see here, this is $375 on 220 Electronics at the moment, and it does have free shipping in the USA. This will play DVDs from all regions, play Blu-rays from all regions, worldwide voltage, firmware can be updated by the internet, standard DVD region switching, automatic, Blu-ray region switching, one button, super fast and easy. You'll see that is different than the information for the entry level. So this one looks to be a little easier. This also has Bluetooth capability, 3D playback, and all of the same other stuff. It does include Dolby Atmos. That you'll see here, it only highlights Dolby Atmos, so I don't believe that it will offer HDR10 plus. So that might be one reason to check something else out, but it will have the ability to play almost every format available: DivX, MPEG-4, MKV, heavy-duty anti-vibration construction, which means it's probably going to be a little more metal than the previous version. As you can see up here, here is the pictures of this player, and it looks decent. It doesn't look amazing, but it is a mid-tier level player. So yes, if you're looking to be just a little bit better than that entry level, this Sony UBP X800 is what I would recommend from 220 Electronics. Okay, this next level is going to be a fairly large jump in price, and there is a few reasons for that. First of all, keep in mind this is a different company. The first two that I suggested were Sony. These next two are going to be Panasonic. I think Panasonic is making the best 4K players that are standalone players at the moment at the top of the line price range. And you'll see why. This is going to be a mostly metal construction. It is going to be a lot more heavy duty. There is pretty much every option that you can conceive under the sun that this will be able to play. So let's check out that next highest level, and this is the Panasonic DP-UB820 region free from 220 Electronics. This is currently $749. Yes, like I said, a big jump from that mid-tier one. This plays DVDs from all regions, Blu-rays from all regions. Firmware can be updated via internet at any time, will not affect the region coding. Region DVD switching is automatic. Blu-ray switching is one button. Again, that's a big deal. On my Oppo 203, it is not one button, and it is annoying as hell. This is one thing that when my player dies, I'm looking forward to one button switching. This does have the worldwide voltage, has 3D Blu-ray playback, full 4K UHD resolution, 4K conversion, built-in Wi-Fi, and also external hard drive playback. This one has all of the same. It comes with a 6-foot HDMI cable for free. You can buy the adapter for the voltage. And this below here has a big description on this. And this has pretty much everything that mid-range has. This does have HDR, and it does have tone mapping. There is so much in here that you should know, but here is the important stuff. Supports HDR10, supports HDR10 Plus, supports Dolby Vision. It provides 4 tone mapping options to more accurately match the brightness capabilities of your display. Has an HDR optimizer, lets you adjust HDR screen brightness to match the light level in your room. HDR to SDR conversion optimizes HDR content for the 4K TV or projector without HDR. Has dual band Wi-Fi and built-in apps for streaming. Like I said, I would still not use this for streaming. I believe mine has a lot of different ways that I could stream from, and I do not use it for that. I do use an Apple TV. But now the big thing to pay attention here is the build quality. So I'm going to make this a bit bigger, as you can see. This is a mostly metal Blu-ray player. It is very high quality, has the open close and the power button on top here. This has a decent remote, which is very important. And here is the back of the system, and it has pretty much everything you could want from one of these. Yes, it is $749, but again, it can handle everything that you throw at it. And this is the main player that I recommend to everybody. It is pricey, I know that. It is not the most expensive one we're going to talk about today, but it is pricey, and I understand that is going to be a big barrier of entry. But keep in mind, if you go with this route, you will be able to buy from other regions and be able to have savings that you do not have right now. Okay, this final version. This is for people that want to future-proof to the top of the line that they possibly can right now. This one is region-free, will play basically anything that you can throw at it, and it is another large jump in price, which is going to seem crazy after what you just saw. But let's talk about the next Panasonic model, which is the Panasonic UB9000. This is, again, still from 220 Electronics, but this is the updated 2022 model. And what this has, the big thing over that previous model, is an upgrade on the DAC, the digital audio converter. And it also has some software changes that fix some bugs in the first version. If you are somebody that appreciates the hardware buttons more than, a good remote or software, this one certainly has more buttons on the front end of it. And you can see it is still an all metal enclosure. This is something that is going to be hefty. It will be heavy for sure. And it is going to work very well for you. Again, can play pretty much any format that you throw at it. Has the DVD region switching automatically. Blu-ray region switching is one button, super fast and easy. Has built-in Wi-Fi, external hard drive playback, high-end build quality, reduced vibration for optimal output. Still has the free 6-foot HDMI cable. The big thing, like I said, we are now shipping the newest version, DP UB9000 P1K. This newer version has an updated software and a newer DAC audio converter, providing better sound. The latest version also has upgraded some bugs in older model. So if you are somebody that really enjoys home theaters and your audio system is something that you're proud of, this might be the one that you want to go to, because it is going to set you up to not have to worry about upgrading your DAC later on. It will set you up with the best possible player that is region free, has all of the audio outputs that you could want, and basically sets you up for the next, hopefully 5 to 8 years at the very least. This is something that you invest in and you keep for a while. I do know that those are expensive on the high end, but highly recommend them for sure. One thing to keep in mind that I did not mention throughout the rest of this is 4K discs are all region free. You do not have to worry about switching regions for 4K discs ever. There are currently a lot of people that will say 4K discs can be region locked. As of this moment in time, we know of, I believe it's 4 discs that have been region locked. Only one of them in the US has been region locked, and the other 3, I think, were from Germany and somewhere like that in Europe, and they were for smaller titles. The one in the US that was region locked is a Shout Factory release, and it was Weathering with You. And the way that works is it in the actual standard for 4K UHD, there is nothing written about region locking at all. And with that being the case, there are some unsavory methods that these companies have used to region lock those 4 titles. You're probably not going to have to worry about it, but that being said, it is a possibility that we could see an uptick in that. Most of these ones that were region locked were happening a couple years ago. Not seen it in a long time, and it's still something that is extremely uncommon. I would say just get it completely off your radar. But those 4 are my big recommendations for each of the levels. If you have any questions about any of them, just ask me in the comments below. I'm more than happy to help you track them down. Like I said, links for everything is in the description below, and I am more than happy to walk you through it. If you want a lot more one-on-one help with your setup, with getting anything like this, with importing, I think the best possible way to do it is to become a patron and be a loyal participant in our Discord. We have conversations about films, about setups, about everything every single day of the week, and we would love to have you. Link for that is in the description below. And another reason to do that is not only do you get access to the Discord, I do a giveaway every single month, and if you donate at the VIP level, you are automatically entered every single month to get a good boutique physical media package sent your way, and I think it's well worth it. If you like this, please give it a like and subscribe. I do my best to share stuff like this all the time. I try to be semi-educational while also sharing about this hobby that I love, and there is so much that I still have yet to share. So not only is there a big backlog of videos to watch, but there is still lots to come. I appreciate you watching. I look forward to the next time, and as I always say, from one collector to all of you, have a good night.